Okay, episode 3 of PR in a Car. Today I want to talk about episode 1. So effectively it's going to be like a part B. Yeah, just thought it would be good to talk through what I've actually where I've actually got to in terms of the business structure. And some of you might remember in episode 1 I talked about the struggles of growing a business and getting to 5 years in and thinking, oh my God, I probably should have been way further than this, shouldn't I? And we as a company are doing well, but just structurally I still feel we're at about the week to week, month to month, quarter to quarter, as you should be, I guess. But also there needs to be a time where that's not everything, and you trust in the direction you're going in. Well, I think I'm there, and it's only taken a few short weeks, but what's happened is that realization that I was doing way too much. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to say that I'm still, invoicing everybody, chasing every invoice, paying wages. The other day, the business card got cloned somehow, and HSBC were quick to catch it, which is lucky. But what it meant was that all payments stopped going out to certain suppliers that they were signed up, or that I'd signed up to using that card. The printer's not working. Have we got any more ink? And the subscription stopped. It's normally one of those, hey, you've used this much, here's more. We'll deliver you more as you need it, services. But that wasn't happening, and I had to be the one to sort it. And then the other week I was chasing people on meal choices for the Christmas party, and it's just that dawning on you of, oh, this is the stuff I should probably give up. These are the things that it's not good use of my time, and I say that to the team all of the time. What's good use of our time? Probably not. For me, at the stage I'm at, doing that well. I've been speaking to actually he came in for a day, a guy called Richard Houghton. Some of you will know Richard. He co-wrote a book about building an agency, and I'm kind of probably in a small number of absolutely bang on target market readers for that book, and it was really it was full of good advice, some of which I think is probably for a slightly different kind of agency owner. Some absolutely spot on, some we're already doing. But he came in for a day, and we talked about getting me up and out of that head of PR role, effectively at Radioactive, and more head of Radioactive Group. It's a separate company, as is Radioactive Talent, as I've talked about. I was actually just on Stella Bale's podcast with my business partner talking all things Radioactive Talent and influencer marketing, and that's a performance-led affiliate marketing. If anybody is keen to listen to that, that's the PR Resolution podcast. I don't know when that's coming out, but lots of kind of measurement chat and growth oriented stuff in that. So the plan is, let's get me up and out of day to day, week to week, and structurally it's just so obvious now, and to some people listening, especially people that have run their own agencies or run their own businesses in the past, it'll all seem blindingly obvious. But for me, it was, you can't see the wood for the trees. Well, what I need is I need to utilise the people I've got in the team better and bring more people in. That's effectively the decision that I made. And in episode 1 I talked a lot about day 0, and if tomorrow was day 1 and I had the team I have, the clients we have, the client pipeline we have, and the money in the bank we have, would I be happy with that being day 1 of a new agency? And I'd have to say yes. Well, that's effectively where I am now. I would be happy, especially because I'm moving one of the team, account director, into a client services role, so head of client services. We have a head of new business anyway, and she's going to be head of new business and strategy. Perfect for that role. Going to be bringing in a creative specialist, which I'm really excited about, just to try and put less pressure on myself. Why am I doing that? Let's bring somebody in. It's no doubt going to have new ideas. I think there's money on the table, both from a creative perspective and also in terms of the way that we work especially for our link building clients. I think there's room for more creativity there. Bringing in a people person / so their first port of call for holidays. I was doing that. I passed that over a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago. Holidays and illnesses and all of the typical kind of frontline HR-y stuff, and also the office admin and like the stuff with the ink, like paying wages, like chatting to HMRC or the accountants if we need to, and all of that stuff. I'm putting these people in place. I've been interviewing for that. I'm recruiting again on the PR side. The office manager role is going to be the first non-fee earning role, so that's kind of exciting. And I've been talking to the team about this over the last few days, and it just feels like there's clarity of purpose. We already had that. We already know where we're going as an agency. It's just we kind of weren't sure how to get there. The next obvious step for us, just from a tick in the box perspective, is to be in the top 150, and we're not a million miles off. Margins have dropped a bit in the last year, but they're still nice and high. That client services role, just wanted to chat about that for a second, because I've looked at client retention, and it's by no means terrible, but it can always be better. People obviously don't talk much about client retention in PR because it means admitting that PR agencies lose clients. The fact is, we can only do better at that. We can only be better for our clients. And I was also speaking to somebody that she's worked at a load of big agencies on the measurement side of things, and we do pretty well from a measurement perspective. Again, we can always do better. So I'm putting all of these people in place. That she's going to massively help our head of client services, because from the off we're going to set really kind of feasible expectations based on client goals, which we don't do every time, because some clients come in, they don't necessarily know exactly what they want. They're just like, yeah, we'll know success when we see it. Then that could be a failure on our part for not pushing that, but also then measuring it on the back end, and then every month, every quarter saying, this is why you pay us. We try and do that now through Google Analytics, through site visibility, through trust flow and citation flow improvements, and traffic, and all of those things. But I think we can tighten it up, especially from a Google Goals perspective. I've talked quite a bit about that, and just using Google Data Studio better, and plugging all the right things into that. So I'm hoping that with somebody solely responsible for client happiness, with somebody on new business, and I'm supporting on all of these things, but still with that bigger group mindset, I'm really hoping that we can kind of kick on come the new year. And I know that the whole New Year thing is it's irrelevant almost. It's arbitrary, but it's kind of a nice point for us as an agency to say, right, stake in the ground. This is where we're at. We've done well, and look around the team and say, yeah, we have done well, and then think, let's do better. What more can we do? And that's exciting for me. So I just wanted to kind of give a quick update, really, as to what the last few weeks post that first episode of me saying, yeah, I'm kind of not sure how to grow beyond this. I'm the bottleneck. What's happened is I've looked at the structure that we have in place and what we're doing and how it can be better, and it absolutely can be. Hopefully this is just a nice one as we go into the Christmas period. Nice, not mopey, not moany. Hopefully it's a nice positive message as we go into Christmas. I'm excited. Have a lovely Christmas. There's been some amazing work on the PR side of things across the industry this year, so it's been really, really good to see some phenomenal agencies. PR Week's doing a kind of agencies of the decade roundup, or has been, and it's hard to disagree with anybody on that list. Each agency so far that I've seen anyway has been thoroughly deserving of. And again, I did write about creative campaigns in the industry and edit PR examples now, famous campaigns, for a long time. So I've seen a lot of these agencies throughout a lot of this decade, and people have done some incredible work. So fair play to all those teams. And obviously lists, again, talking of arbitrary, lists are relatively arbitrary and subjective. There's been some phenomenal work that's not been recognised by awards or in lists like that. So just really good to see. I hope you have a lovely Christmas, have a great New Year, and I'll be back in the New Year with another PR and a car.